Hi.
Oh, Philip.
Sorry, it takes ages to boot up this computer. Farting around, it's just for some reason. So you start it up. It's there. That's about 4 minutes.
You look very fresh, though.
Right?
Yeah,
Well,
very, very nice.
thank you very much. You're looking good yourself.
I feel knackered. I
Yeah.
got the logs were delivered yesterday, so I spent yesterday
Uh,
evening stacking them, and
your winter
oh,
logs.
the winter logs.
Ready
The
for the
log shed.
lockdown.
Log shed is full, and
Ready for lockdown number 2.
all's well in the world. I tell you, yeah. As long as I've got logs, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I feel safe.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but luckily I've also been doing yoga with Evie for the last
nice.
she's done a 30-day yoga course, and we're on
Right.
day 20, but we've been doing it every day for the last 20 days, and it's made a massive difference because I walk, I'm fairly fit, but I
Yeah,
don't ever stretch out
no,
80% of
no,
my muscles,
no. Yeah.
So it's done a really good job of helping that out. Yeah, much better.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've started on my the rower. Been doing my rowing every day.
Is that
I thought
the
you Rose and I had mended it, didn't I? No, have we done it yet? Have
I
you
didn't
mended?
know it was broken.
Oh yeah. One of those things where you just think, oh well. So yeah, the seal broke. So I went online and it's like 185 quid to fit. So I rang up and said, well, you can buy this glue kit, and there was a video, and it was like taking the whole thing apart, and then you just think, okay, we did. So Rose and I did it, and
Right.
it was hard. We
Yeah.
managed. We had a few little hold it there. What are you doing? Because it both was like, what was that? Because one of the bolts didn't come out. They usually
Yeah.
remove the 4 bolts. It's called, well, that one doesn't come out. And it was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then we got rid of the seal, and then you had to clean it all, and then rest it level, and then with a cork gun, and she had to turn it at one inch per second, and you go round and round. But anyway, we did it, put it all back together, and it's fine. It was like
No way.
38
Oh.
quid instead of 180.
And was it an evening's entertainment? Is
Well,
that?
not even. It took about because you had to let the glue took 4 hours, so we did
Yeah.
took about 2 hours to take it all apart and do it. Then we left it
Oh yeah.
overnight, and then
Yeah.
putting it all together. That was not too bad, but it was still trying to get all the drive mechanism. You had to reattach
Yeah.
the clutch and it was, oh God, thank God Rose was a professor, because I just couldn't. She kept
I
saying,
can imagine.
I just
Yeah.
couldn't see. I was like, well, it goes, there's all these little pulleys, and it all goes.
Yeah.
She could work it out. I was just going, she said, it goes around the outside. I was like, don't be ridiculous.
I
Well,
think
she's right.
I do think they're very good, relationship building tools like
Yeah, yeah,
IKEA flat packs, that kind of
yeah,
thing.
anything like that, yeah.
Yeah, you got to work
Hard though.
together. It
Yeah,
is hard.
I had to
Yes.
get rid of the old seal, and it said a screwdriver and a hammer, and you sort of tap tap, and you just think, because if any cracks, the thing's bust. And I was like tap 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 tap, and then you think, right, it's not quite so a bit hard, and then it was quite satisfying because it did start pinging off.
Right.
But then when we got it all apart, there was a crack, and then this little stuff kept falling out. So I rang them up and said, and they said, send us a photo, and it's a seal. And they said, oh, don't worry about that. Take it all out, and then just put some glue around it,
Right.
and that'll kind of work. And he's like, really?
Okay.
Like, where the spindle, there's these paddles,
Yeah.
But it's like, but that was something, there was, as he did it, it was like, oh, well, that's broken now. And that was fair.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Yeah.
oh. But anyway,
Yes, getting in deeper.
around, and it's, so it's kind of, because we both really wanted to get the rower, and it's
Yeah.
been bust, you see, it hasn't,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
crap and,
Yeah. I'm really proud of you, Phil.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a DIY, I haven't got the patience. I really haven't. I just can't.
No.
Yeah, so I've been doing that every 2 kilometers a day. I'm doing at the moment,
Nice.
and it exercises 87% of your muscles or something.
Really?
So it's like it does your back, your arms, your legs, your stomach. Yeah. So,
That's great.
And Rose is doing it as well. So in the morning, we both do our rowing.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. What? While one of you's cooking breakfast, the other one's rowing.
Yeah, that's right. No, Rose doesn't eat before the row, and I'm eating after, so it works.
Ah.
I
Uh-huh.
like to work out on an empty stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rose
Uh-huh.
likes to have a bit of breakfast first, and then
Yeah.
so that was it. So that was good fun.
Well done. Very nice. Good. And you're back in London.
Yeah, back in the studio.
Did you go and look at any properties?
Sorry. No, wasn't I back? Where was I last? No, I was back in London last week, wasn't I?
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few, but not really. I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know what to do now. I've got other thoughts now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe stay in London.
Yeah.
Do up the house. And then
It's a beautiful house.
Yeah, and just do it up, and I don't know. Who knows?
Does Rosa like it there?
Yeah, she likes it, and yeah, it's just trying to get. It's just work at the moment. I'm just focused on that. I think it's just trying to get. That's all right. We've got the sound thing, the whole of me.
Yeah.
Working hard on that. Got a school that's really supporting, and they're giving lots of feedback and.
Great. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but we're thinking maybe not launch until January now.
Right.
Get it completely right. But he's been giving me loads of tips. I've been fiddling around and, I've put some more stuff on my website, did a newsletter.
Yeah, saw the newsletter. It's good
First
to
thing
hear.
I got with 3 unsubscribers there. It is a bit like, great. And send and wait for the money to roll home. And one of them even gave a reason, Dan. You just think, just unsubscribe. Don't tell me why. And it was like, I'm no longer interested.
I'm no longer interested in this time waster.
Or anything you do. The fact you just spent 2 hours putting together your newsletter is irrelevant to me. Within 1 minute, I am no longer interested.
Yeah. Well,
I just think, no, I don't like that, Dan. I think, look, unsubscribe, fair enough. You don't have to put a reason.
No.
Really? Do you have to type that? It's like.
But when I know what happens, you press on the unsubscribe button.
Yeah.
And it goes to a web page.
Yes.
And in small text at the top, it says, "Thank you, you've been unsubscribed."
Yeah.
But then underneath in big text, it says, "Give me the reason." And there's a few tick boxes.
Choices. Yeah.
Yeah. And often when I see that, I think, well, I haven't unsubscribed yet.
Yeah.
I've got to give a reason before they let me go.
Yes.
So you have to pray. And it's only if you bother to read it all that you go, actually, I don't need, but it's a bit cheeky like that, I feel, because you're right. You don't need to, but you have to have your mind engaged to notice
it. Within 1 minute, Dan,
yeah.
I sent it and I got literally about 2 minutes later, ping. It was like,
ping.
Like, yeah, great.
Well, on I sent out an email saying Plackstock's cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
Not happening. I got 3 unsubscribes from that.
Oh, no.
Kick them out when it's down.
No. Yeah. I'm sorry. That is terrible.
Down here, I'm saying.
Trouble with the internet. This is the trouble. Because I nearly wrote back to her saying, do you know what? I'm sorry, but I've got time on my hands, and quite frankly, you can start off.
I've got your email address.
Yeah.
You can unsubscribe.
You.
But I'm going to spam you.
Whether you like it or not, send. And the other thing that I had so I started to work today, and then Orange, EE got in touch, and it's good news at first. It was, yeah, my contract's run out, so I can go to SIM only. So it's brilliant. So my contract now is £11 a month instead of 49. So it's brilliant.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
I get more data, 10 gig of data, and it's brilliant. But then I noticed on my account that it's still Right Inspired Limited, right? And I'm Right Inspired. So stupidly, I went, oh, you know what's coming. Can you just change, because I'm not a low limited company, everything's fine. You know, you've been taking my money for the last 2 years, not being limited. Oh, I will have to send you a form, right? And oh, fine. So I got this form, right? So I filled in the form, and it was like, what's your new bank details? And so I said, I haven't got new bank details. It's the ones you've already got, you know, not applicable. And then it said, send proof of identity, proof of address, and proof of your new business. So I had to fast around doing all that. And then it said, also a consent letter, right? From me to me.
To you.
And I refused to do it. I just said, I'm not doing that. So I just sent it. I got an email about 2 hours later. Dear Phil, thanks for what's the word they use? What's the trendy for calling out, finding, or whatever it's called. Thanks for reaching out.
Yes. Yeah.
I wasn't reaching out. I was just trying to, you know, I just want it changed. Just can't you just delete limited? I mean, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they said, we haven't got, so the bank thing I'd sent didn't have the date on it. So I had to photograph that again, block out all of it. And then they insisted on a letter. So I went back and said, so you want a letter from me saying that me agrees to what I'm doing? From me. Yes. So I went, all right. Dear, to whom it may concern, I hereby consent that I, me, agree to changing my name. Signed, me.
And that was it good enough?
Yes. Well, I haven't heard anything back, but I don't get it down.
I feel like it's going to go more this way, not less, as we go on. Future carries
in
on.
the digital world.
Processes are awesome. You know, I love a process. It encapsulates, you know, it's repeatable, it's efficient, it's teachable, but you've got to be careful you've got to be careful about what you're capturing in your process.
Yeah.
If you capture crap, you're just going to repeat crap time and again.
Because when I rang them to ask about it, and this guy said, he said, oh, don't worry. And he was the one who said, don't worry with the letter. That's pointless. I said, are you sure? Yeah. They're not the police.
Yeah.
I don't mind. So
you'll never ever be able to speak to him again. Yeah.
Straight away. But I haven't had as yet, I haven't checked my email. I daren't. Because I'm worried they're going to do something weird, like change something. And nothing's changed. I just felt.
I know.
I could have just left it at Right Inspired Limited, to be honest.
You should have done, shouldn't you?
I know.
Yeah. Who's gonna count?
Exactly.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I really wish now I hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
I opened my big mouth.
Yeah.
It started quite innocently with, you've spelt my name wrong, because it had 2 L's in Philip.
Right.
And she went, oh, no problem. And I said, while we're on a roll.
Yeah.
Can you just delete limited? Oh. I was like, oh, no. Okay, then don't bother. And then it was like, no, we have to do that now. Change the business name.
Oh, bugger. That's, you don't know, do you? You can't see the...
be careful what you ask.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah.
So,
oh, dear. All right. You got anything to talk about music-wise today?
Yes, I had a long weekend. I'm very happy with my album now.
Oh.
Coming together, yeah. So one track was ploddy, but I love the tune, love everything about it, but it just sounded ploddy. So I put some shakers and tambourines and, lots of stuff, and that worked really well. Then what else did I do? I did quite a few tracks. What did I do? I did another one, a new one, sort of started that off quite simply and then added bits. I've got this bad boy out again.
Oh, yes. Yes.
the dual valve Gemini 2.
Was that for your vocals?
Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't used it for ages. It is gorgeous. So I used that and did did some, it's just nice. I just had a really like loads
Inspired.
Sunday and Monday, absolutely
Yeah.
loads. I was till 2 o'clock in the morning on Monday, I think it was.
Wow.
So all day, hours and hours.
Wow. Fantastic.
They're coming together. And what was really nice is there's one song, and it was, I wrote down I wrote the chords here. Again, I went to my phone and I worked out all the chords, but 10B, jazzy, not sure, question mark. And then the page before,
yes,
is the song, Join the Dots, is the same chord. That I'd actually written this, so I just forgotten about it.
Yes.
I had amazing chords, thinking, oh, that's great melody, I'll have to write a song. And I thought, oh, I have! And I remember it was Walk Through the Arena, so I recorded that, and I had the old keyboard out and got the. I used Ting.
Ting.
Yeah, I used
Ting.
it.
What were you driving it with? What sequencer?
GarageBand.
GarageBand. Yeah,
all
yeah.
worked. I plugged this in.
Yeah.
And loaded up GarageBand, and then just played it live.
Yeah.
So I did 4 tracks. I did a cushion, which is sort of and then a sort of keys, which was a clicky sound.
Oh, nice.
And it sounds really nice. And then I just sort of looped it and did all that in Logic. Then I played my floor tom along with it, and a bit of cajon, tambourine. So it sounds, and it's quite quirky song. There's not a lot of rhythm, so and then I did some Moog things. And
is this part of the electronic album?
It's not an electronic. It's a part of the new album. It's got
the Lockdown album. No, sorry, not Lockdown.
Not Lockdown. No, I mean it is recorded during that, but it's called Everything Is Audible.
Oh, nice.
And,
like it.
I've got the cover. I've sorted the cover out.
Yeah.
And I've decided, because it's all me. The first time ever I've done it's Everything Is Me. Normally someone joins in.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm actually going to do exactly what I want. I'm going to promote it as I want. I'm going to do everything, because I always feel kind of indebted to people, and ask their advice.
Yeah.
And they always say things like, why don't you write to BBC, or why don't you, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's sort of a bit like, yes. And now it's like, no, I can just do what I want. I don't have to ask anyone's opinion. And I'm just going to self-publicize, I think, just put it out there, and it's quite different.
Put a sandwich board on and walk around the streets of Greenwich.
Everything is audible.
Everything
it's
is
quite
audible.
Different for me. It's quite raw and loud and energetic, and it's not laid back. It's not a laid back album. So I think So I've got one more song to do to finish, which is called Suit. Every song is one word.
Oh yeah, nice gimmick.
Yeah, well, one was called Join the Dots. I just called it Dots. So one's called Sand, one's called Suit, one's called Vapor. Yeah, so it looks quite good. There's one instrumental piece, which I'm not sure. It's a bit weird because nothing much happens, and I don't know.
How many tracks are we talking?
I think it's 12. There could be a lot more, but I'm trying to.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah,
obviously.
I don't know about the instrumental. I like it. I want it to start with the instrumental, but it's kind of it's about 2 minutes of just noise. And I don't know whether that might not be good at the beginning, because that might just put people off and just think, oh God, what's this rubbish?
Yeah. I mean, the perceived wisdom is put your strongest song first. Yeah. Like, you won't have a second chance to make a first impression.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's an album. It's your album, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you should do.
Yeah, if you give up at the noise, well,
well, that's right. Yeah, it's like the gatekeeper.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Sift them out.
Hold your horses, and then suddenly you'll be, yeah,
Allowed in.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like it. It's strong. It's powerful.
It's quite a nice. It's quite a meditative noise. It's not a sort of unpleasant noise.
No, but you can imagine. Oh, you know, you've got the new Tim Potts album. You're in your sweaty little hand. You race home through the rain. You unpack it. You put it on.
Yeah, distortion.
2 minutes of distorted noise. You're like,
then.
I mean,
turn it off.
The thing is, for me, you know, most of my listening, I have the dog walk, which is great, but most of it is like I've got a 15-minute window, you know, that I'm going to place. I want to play some music in. And so it's not like I can, you know, give it the attention that it deserves. Very rarely do I, you know, say, right, I am going to, and that's usually one that I have, you know, listened to before and thought, yeah, this sounds good. I'd like to really give it a proper going. But the first time through, it's usually I'm chucking it on in between something and something else, and it's got to do something.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Do something. It's got to move.
Yeah, you want to be. Yeah, I get that.
But that's entire, and that's a great thing about being a one-man band, isn't it? You can make that cool.
I mean, it's been liberating because I have done anything I wanted. I've generally thought it doesn't matter. I generally think that now.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do that, and if people like it, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter. It just.
It really.
And that's quite. It's taken me 54 years to get there, but. It's quite refreshing.
It's easy to say that's where you're at, you know, but to actually really actually be there is a different matter entirely, isn't it? You know, to really be able to just do what you want is a skill that you need to acquire. Yeah. I think
it's very hard not to be influenced. Very hard, and for good reasons, you know, because you want to please people. You want to, and you know, and I've got friends who do what they want, and sometimes I think, you know, because I do want to please people, and if I'm doing a sound, even though it might be it's still in my head. I'm thinking, no, you're always influenced by what other, because you're an entertainer, you're expressing something, and if you express something if you're too selfish, if you're too like, well, I want that and I don't care, then that's a bit too far the other way. So it's about, you still have to think it's what I want, but I've got to remember other people will listen to it. It can't be too self-absorbed, otherwise that's a bit. It's a balance, isn't it?
I totally agree, and I think especially live, you know, self-indulgent in a live area is that right. I guess we're back to this same old chestnut, aren't you? But I guess you are almost imposing your music on everybody in that room, aren't you? So should you you know, consider their feelings, you know, when you're playing, or are you, you know, there doing your thing and they have the choice to leave if they don't like it? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you do have to take. I think if you're genuinely doing your best and you're trying to entertain, and you know, and express yourself, but sometimes it's that thing, isn't it? You think maybe they're deliberately trying to be antagonistic. Sometimes I feel.
Yeah.
It's so off the wall. You just think, well, you're only doing this because you're going to get a reaction.
Yeah. Or self-indulgent. You know.
Self-indulgent. Or, you've actually lost the... I mean, because it is. I mean, sometimes... I mean, when you get to certain statures, like someone like Bob Dylan, you know, he doesn't have to prove anything. But sometimes when I've seen him, and I don't criticize him. It's just, well, I have sort of paid money, and
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be a lot of, doesn't seem much care of what. It's almost like I don't really give a shit what you think.
Yeah.
Of course, he's entitled to think that, and fair enough. He's Bob Dylan, you know. And I don't know if he was thinking that, but sometimes,
Yeah,
you know, you just think, oh, come on, you know, much so an iconic song, like, you know, Tambourine Man. I mean, and I'm not saying he has to do it with an acoustic guitar like it was done in 1965, but at least have some semblance of the song, because sometimes it felt it was just destroyed.
Yeah.
He has absolutely every right to destroy it if he wants to. It's his song. It's
really
that kind of like, people love this song. It's iconic. It's an amazing song.
Does he owe a debt? Does he owe a debt to that song or the audience or anybody?
No.
Or the people who've paid money to come and see him? Does he owe them?
Really, no. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't. It's just, it's that human thing again. It's just, you know, like for me, you know, if I, for instance, but I don't know because I'm not that position. I'll have to invite Bob on, and you know, God, wouldn't that be amazing?
I'll put him down on our list. Okay.
Would you like to? Because I totally agree. You know, it's just, they're so iconic. There's so many songs that are enormously important to people that it's just difficult to get your head round when the artists who you look up to is perceived. I'm being very careful with my words here because I don't think, because I've seen Dylan many times, and 99% of the time it's amazing. Even the stuff he's done very differently, I get where he's coming from. But once or twice, I've just thought, oh, I'm not quite sure. And maybe it's because, you know, Christ, I've sung it so many times.
Maybe.
And I really get that.
Yeah. Or maybe it's, you know, if you are adventuring, sometimes you're going to go down a blind alley. You know, you try and you fail. But, or maybe it's because he, you know, just can't be bothered, which is.
But his new album is incredible.
I mean, you're still liking that. You're still liking it.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's it's up there with Blood on the Tracks, Highway 61. It's up there with the top.
Wow.
Seriously, it's blown my mind.
Wow.
He's come out. He's really pulled something out of the bag that's just gorgeous. It's faultless. To me, it's faultless. It's a masterpiece. And
I don't want to. I gave it a listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you know, but I also, after last week's, I gave Taylor Swift's album a listen.
Yeah. You thought that was shit.
Well, but what I'm not saying. What I'm saying is that both those albums would require more than one listen to unlock.
Yeah, they do.
The beauty.
Dylan's very subtle. He don't, you know, people play what's needed, not. So in your head, you might think, oh, it's gonna. It's beautifully recorded. It's very subtle, beautifully. It's beautiful. The lyrical, the wordplay, and it's stunning, and it's massive lyrically. It's massive. You can't just. You have to. You do have to read as you're listening. You have to see the lyric because they're so complex and there's so many of them. They're tones, you know. It's a different sort of thing. It's incredibly lyrical.
Oh, I had a lyric that I wanted to just highlight. It's from that Suzanne Sonfur album.
Yeah, she's been going a bit strange on Twitter, on Instagram.
Has she?
Yeah. Go there. Carry on.
It's the opening couplet. It says, "Leave all the silverware. You won't need it where you are going tonight." And it's I think it's
what song is that?
What's it called? Drones or something like that.
Which album is it? The music for whatever it's called, or
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that one.
the new one. Well, I love that. No, the Sound of War. It's called.
Oh God, yeah, that's a beautiful song. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Fabulous.
Stunning.
Yeah,
It's a
and
stunning song.
it's
Yeah,
one of those couplets that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
on its own you're like, yeah, whatever, but for some reason that really
Yeah, it's a
hits
real
me
journey,
every
that song.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
beautiful, beautiful, and yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
she.
love a nice lyric. It has to be pretty good to get through my thick skull because I don't pay much
No,
attention.
no, you said that. Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. And the lyrics are. Because for me, it's the lyric and the it's very. It's together. That's what makes a
intertwined.
great song. Even though there's some songs I love for the melody, and I'm not that aware of the music.
Yes.
So I love. Yeah, sorry, I'm not aware of the lyrics.
Yeah.
The melody
Yeah.
sort of carries it,
Yeah.
and that's fine, you know. But I'm much more lyrical, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You pay attention to the
Oh
lyrics.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, I've got both Bob and Taylor Swift down on our guest
Oh,
list.
God. So yeah, I mean, Taylor Swift. It's funny. I've been listening to it a lot cooking,
Right.
which probably,
Yeah.
if Taylor Swift was listening, she'd probably go. "What?" It's very uplifting, and I find it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's particularly the song 11, whatever that's called. I told you that one. There's
Yeah.
something, and the first song I like,
Mm.
the
Mm.
one. I
Mm.
do find the drums a bit heavy. I don't know. Did you find that they're a bit? It's kind
No,
of
I
Metallica, and then
agree.
these bloody massive drums come in. I find there's not much of them, but the bass drums like massive. It's just all a bit like.
Yeah, probably. I wasn't listening on Amazing System. I liked it. I just found it. I did find it a bit polished and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
too
definitely
subtle,
polished.
too
Yeah.
subtle to on a first listen to really grab me.
I agree
But
with what you say about polished. It is too produced.
yeah,
And I think she's missed a trick there.
yeah,
That's what I bought it because
yeah,
I think she's genuine. She is a great songwriter, and
yeah,
it'd be great to hear her on a piano and a soup can mic. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
something
yeah.
just quite close mics and very, yeah.
I
And I
guess
think
there's no way she can do that.
the
In
record
her
company
position.
would probably say you can't sound too exposed. But
Yeah,
it would be huge. Because
yeah,
all Taylor Swift fans would love it, and people
yeah,
like me would love it.
yeah.
That's why I bought this one. Because I wouldn't buy it. You know, I've liked some of her songs, but I've never bought an album
Mm,
because of some of it's just a bit not really my thing. But this
mm.
one, only because I just heard, I read about it. I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I'll buy it because apparently it's stripped down. It's not poppy. Well, I think it is quite poppy actually. It's very
Yeah.
poppy. So
Where do you buy your music from?
Amazon now. It's a shame. I really miss vinyl. But going to the record shop, on the day of release, but it's just not like that anymore. Because things are promoted, but that feeling where you knew it was coming, the Enemy, and it was released next Friday or whatever it was, and you went down to it, and there it was, new, and I always used to buy my plastic cover with it.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yes. I've got all my album. I've still got all my vinyl. And Eels have just released it, so it's beautiful. So if you can find it, it's called Are You Who You Say You Are? It's called. Beautiful animation with it, really simple.
Yeah.
And it's a vinyl. I'm tempted, it's like limited edition vinyl. I think he's doing an album because it's a beautiful song. It's very, you have to listen to it. I'm not sure it feels incredibly sad because it's quite, I don't know, it's beautiful. A lovely animation, and it's all basically he's met someone, but he's a bit suspicious. He's quite cautious. He was quite happy on his own, and is she worthy of a song?
Right.
And it's 2 verses, and it fades off, and the animation goes widescreen, narrow into a strip with these comets. It's beautiful, very
Lovely.
simple.
Yeah.
He's great at that.
Yeah.
It was bewitching. It's a bewitching song. Beautiful. But yeah, that's come out as a special edition vinyl. It's not the same as going on the shop.
No. No.
Yeah, so ordering online, it turns out, well, okay, great. But there's something about, I remember as a child, because I was buying albums at sort of 9, 10.
Yeah.
Going in, going, have you got the new? Remember Bob Dylan at Budokan? I was 13. Double album. And going to Spillers in Cardiff, and and still, I think it's the oldest vinyl show. It's quite famous, Spillers. And I went and I said, I think it's called Spillers. And have you got Bob Dylan? Yes. And like, oh, because you never knew if they had it. You had to kind of, have they got it? Yeah, something like, oh, it's in on Wednesday. I think.
$5.99 was it?
It's a double album. God, no, in '79 that would have been cheaper than that, probably.
Really?
79.
I mean, double albums used to be a pound or so more, didn't they?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe 3.90. I mean, because singles were 75p.
I don't remember albums being less than £4.
£2.99, I think they were, weren't they?
No. I mean, I did buy a lot of $2.99 albums.
Oh yeah, same.
They were the shit ones.
I can't. I mean, how much is I don't know. I have no idea now.
I've got $5.49 in mind. So when did you say that was?
1979 was Budokan. Double album. And it's just the pictures inside. I remember being fascinated. There was a booklet, and I don't know. It's just, and of course that was 17 years after things like Times They Are a Change. Oh no, hang on, 79, 69. Yeah, 17 years after Times They Are Changing. And now we're 20 years from 2000. To me, Times They Are Changing was a really old song when I bought Budokan.
Yeah, new albums £4.99 on average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$4.99. Jesus Christ.
That was a lot of money though back in those days.
Yeah. And I used to. Oh, it's just so exciting. I mean, I bought a lot of that. I used to buy lots. I probably bought an album every 2 weeks, maybe 3, because I was away at school. Less, so when you got back, it's almost every week.
Where were you getting your money from?
Apparently, I want to go and buy that album. Suppose. Don't know.
I guess that's living in an urban environment, because if I wanted to buy an album, I had to get to Maidstone or Tunbridge Wells or Sevenoaks, and that might as well have been Timbuktu as far as I just couldn't get anywhere.
I could walk down.
Yeah.
To, there were all kinds of. I can't remember. There were record shops. They were everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but they were.
Oh yeah, Our Price was on every corner.
It was all independent. So you went, well, I'm not. How old are you? You're 51. How old are you?
Yeah, I was born in '68.
Yeah, right. So same. 66. So yeah, we had. I can't remember. It was all independents. I think it was called. There was Spillers, and there's one. Oh, it's still going in Cardiff. There was another one called something music, Diverse Music. That was it. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, there was one independent in Maidstone. I think it was called. It was something about it wasn't Underground Sounds. It was anyway. Yeah, but that's the only one I know.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a lovely time, and that the great Nick Hornby book God, what it was called now, about the record shop, and he's in a record shop. It was
Yeah.
made into a film. Can't remember what it's called.
High Fidelity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cracker.
Yeah. And that sort of, that is the time, that sort of, yeah, encapsulated that feeling of buying a new vinyl. When he got it out the wrapper, that because it was slightly stuck to the paper when it was new.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting. That new smell of vinyl.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, and I've not. God, when I started buying CDs in 1980, what was it, 87, something like that. I haven't really bought a vinyl. I mean, I bought Hands of Love, not 85. That was vinyl. Sensual World, 1989. So I was buying vinyl probably up until about 90, which is 30 years ago, you know.
Yeah.
Probably buying vinyl till about 94, something like that. And then it's all CD.
I switched to CD as soon as I could.
Yeah, at first I did, but they can't do the artwork and all that. It just can't. It just doesn't work. Even deluxe, I've got a lot of deluxe CDs, you know, like it's still not the same.
No.
The size, they've got the size formats wrong. That's all it is, it's size. The artwork, everything's the same, but it's just something about the size. So if a CD was kind of packaged in a, you know, album size, 30, you know, that size thing, it wouldn't be quite as bad if you had all the packaging and then you just pulled out a CD.
Or if they made CDs that big.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, why didn't they do that? They could have done that. They could have made a decent sized big thing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Totally
Load that bad boy up.
Yeah. Wind up the old CD player.
Yeah, if it ever gets loose. Yeah.
To be fair, right, my NAD amp,
yeah,
my CD player, are old now. Touch wood, that, you know, my amp is great.
yeah,
I've changed speakers a few, but the amp is great. Came NAD.
yeah.
Oh, when did I buy that? It's 30 years old now.
There's nothing wrong with that. And to be honest, I've got a pair of speakers from Sal's dad. They weren't amazing speakers. They were just part of a record player, you know, one of those record player radio units. But they sound fantastic. They sound just as good today. I mean, they've made very small improvements to speakers and amplifiers, but really nothing to write home about. Since
an amp hasn't got much to do.
No,
in terms of, it's very simple. You know, the electronic, you just amplify them. And speakers. I mean, my tannoys. I've got my studio tannoys. And they're pretty heavy use. So I know they're closed field monitors, near field monitors. And when I remember buying them, so I was with, they're 20 years now. I think maybe 18 years. I suppose that's not that old. I'll tell you what is happening though, Dan, which is a bit worrying, and it keeps happening, and I just sort of fiddle a bit and it stops. But the sound is there, and suddenly it goes really quiet in one channel.
Oh.
And then I wiggle the lead, or I take the lead out the back of the speakers and then put it back in. Stop the press play again. It's fine again. I don't know if that's my UAD thing.
No.
It's the monitor. I don't know. It's really weird. But it's happening like kind of, once or twice a week.
Yeah.
And it used to happen occasionally, but it's really weird. You're listening and it suddenly, what's happened there? Yeah. It's almost like it's gone out of one speaker. Any ideas what that could be? likely to be the UAD thing, or
Be honest, it sounds like they're powered, aren't they? It sounds like the amplifier in the speaker,
shit, yeah. That's
doesn't
me
it?
saying it's still going strong until.
And that's I mean we've obviously all got powered monitors,
Yeah.
but it's just making things more complicated, isn't it?
Yeah,
More
yeah. I
things
don't
can
look.
go wrong.
I regularly have a little peep at monitors around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
you're right, isn't it? It's the bloody thing. It's the amp in it inside. That'll be it. Yeah.
I know exactly which monitors I would get if and I
Oh,
won't, but I won't buy another pair of monitors unless I can buy this pair.
Go
And
on.
they're the Genelec, the ones.
Oh yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. They're bloody expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Aren't they the ones that look like eggs? No.
Yeah, and they've got all the drivers are all in the center. So the woofer, the tweeter, and the mid range, they're all stacked one in front of the other. So you've effectively got all the sound emanating from the same point source.
Right.
So you can have them 10 inches away from your ears, playing at like really low levels, but the stereo imaging, whole coherence is just bing.
I might have to just write that one down.
Bing. It says PING is spelt.
Genelec, yeah. Ones.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
the other thing I've seen, Dan, I'm going to show you this because I'm very tempted, because they sound remarkable. And Stephen Fry is these. They're very weird. I'm just going to show you what they're called. I've written to them because they've got two things. I'm just going to set it up. One thing, but this is, if I share the screen, and they're called Flare Audio HD, and they're like little ear trumpets, right? And Stephen Fry used them, and the reviews are basically saying they are utterly remarkable. And what they do is they allow you to hear. They filter out all the background noise, so you get higher definition hearing. Now these ones, so I was thinking, oh, these look nice, right? And there's Stephen Fry, and what he says, it's amazing what he says about them. And you see that the models, right? The acetal and the aluminium titanium. I thought, you know what I want, Dan? I want those bad boys.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Right.
Milled.
The
They're milled from a single block.
Yeah, look at that. Milled. Precision milled.
Precision milled.
From a single block of, it knows the terms, high-grade titanium using the latest 5-axis CNC machine. Don't know what that means, but I want it. Right. And you got these little bastards here. What's that? You know, do we want
lightweight, lightweight, lightweight,
lightweight? They're 39 quid. You think, okay, these can't be that much. Come on, give me the price, Dan.
For the titaniums.
Well, a Cecil of $39.99, right?
Yeah.
The aluminium, precision milled again from aerospace.
Aerospace.
And anodized for a satin silk, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got them. So $39.99.
Yeah. I would say they're going to be $79.99.
Oh, no.
$299.99.
No. $299 for them.
Oh, really?
$399.
Oh, wow.
I think, hang on, let me see. Let's go, see, 39, aluminium, $299.
Lovely. $399. That is so funny. Because they're basically ear trumpets.
Yeah. And apparently they're amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. Now, the other thing, though, and this is what confused me, is, let me go back. They brought out something else called Karma. These,
Right.
right? And these, right, and they're the same sort of shape, 1999. And what they do here is, they reduce stress by, it's the same sort of thing. It's like a little ear trumpet thing again. They don't
Yes.
reduce sound, but they increase sound quality, and they reduce stress by this. Because I get very stressed and noisy out, I can't bear it.
Right.
And I thought, and it's all to do with the way the dissonance of your ears or something, and you get these vibrations. And some people are, and so I've written to them saying, what our ear HD, whatever they're called, a sort of posh version of these.
Right. Yeah.
Because if I can either spend $19.99 on them, or $39.99 on the other ones. I'm just a bit confused because they look quite similar.
Yeah.
To them.
Well, you know what you should say, Phil? You should write to them, send them our podcast address. Say we got a podcast.
Yeah.
And we would like to review them.
Ah, the titanium.
We'll do that for nothing. Send us a pair.
Titanium.
We'll do a
precision melt.
unbiased review.
Yeah.
Will you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So
I am so intrigued by these.
Upgrade your ears.
But I really don't want to feel any more like an old man. So if they're just ear trumpets,
I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, they
are all old people there.
He's not.
Well, he's nicked his dad's.
No, but look, can I just read you what they can do for you, Dan? Here we go. Where are we? Here we go. Features. What's included? Oh, it gives you the. I listened to the whole malarkey, and apparently I know what you mean, and I probably won't get them, but it reduces stress. I like that bit. I don't know what ASMR means.
That's the sound, the really quiet sounds whispered in your ear.
I can hear you fine. But apparently, if I was wearing them, apparently it is that all the reviews have said that seriously, they're all going, it's remarkable. It's like you can't there is no language to explain. It's almost like you've got, your ears are polished or something. You just can hear everything in a much clearer, focused definition thing. I thought, 40 quid. But I know what you mean. Do you really want to walk around with a pair of ear trumpets sticking there? She's not old.
No, you're right. Neither of those are old. Those people.
Oldish, and he is. But, do you really, like you say, do you want a pair of ear trumpets sticking at you?
They are.
And not only that, Dan, these little bastards here.
Yeah.
They're replaceable. You have to buy new tips to them.
Well, I bought a pair of headphones a few years ago, in-ears, and they came with 60 different sized 60 different sized ones.
Crazy.
Incredible range. So I'm set for life. I've had friends come round and lose and I'm like, no worries.
Oh, here we are.
Have a look at my collection. Borrow one, take one of mine. Take two. So I don't fear that. But I think we've definitely got to try them, Phil. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I would do anything for high definition audio, literally. So
the thing is, I use their earplugs,
right,
which are called Isolate, and they are brilliant. They were 59 quid. They're titanium, and they've got memory foam things. You stick them in.
Yeah. I've seen those, and they're good.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
and I really like sleeping. They work, and there was an offer on the tips, so I've got loads of tips.
Yeah.
The tips last about 8 months.
Yeah.
The memory foam, and they break down. You pull them off, and you put and it's great when you're traveling and stuff. It's lovely, but they're not brilliant for sleeping. They are a bit uncomfortable.
No, I was going to say having a bit of
metal sticking out your ear.
Not great.
No,
but
I use them. I do use them for sleep when I travel, if I ever travel again.
Yeah.
You know.
Right, so you'll write to them and see whether we can get a because it's about time we started making some, getting some freebies off of this show. So
I just say we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
We look at audio stuff. Is there any chance? Yeah, we'd love to review a pair of titanium.
It doesn't have to. Come on, it doesn't have to be the titanium ones.
Oh, come on, man. Aim high. Okay. Would you mind sending us a pair of your cheapest, please?
Yeah. Cheapest. Yeah. And if they say no, then we'll play some game and the loser has to buy a pair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So I just want a pair of acetyl. What, do we want 2 pairs? Obviously, you need a pair.
Well, 2 pairs would be great, but I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind.
One each.
I don't mind just seeing you use them
and going, "Oh my God, Dan, this is amazing,
game changer!"
And then I'll have to send them to you.
Yeah.
That can be quite fun. And then we have Dan's response in week 2 when you
a week later.
God knows anything myself, mate.
Snake oil.
Rubbish.
Wow, that's interesting.
Well, I'm going to write to them. So what's the link? What's our show? What's the link?
Oh God.
If you just email it to me, do you want me? Do I send them the link, or do I just say we do it and then?
No. I think we have to send them the link, don't we? And that they will
probably be our downfall.
We'll never hear from them again. We'll get the police coming round.
Who the hell are you? Chances.
Does Google know who we are? No.
Oh,
Google doesn't know who we are.
That's the main thing. Oh, God. That would be great. Oh, God, this is going to be great. I'll say, look, I've bought your. I say I'm a dedicated user of Isolate Titanium.
That's it. Yeah.
I love it, and really, we can maybe go for the Karmas. We might get away with that because they're cheap.
Yeah.
Well, say anything. Send us anything.
Send us anything.
We don't care.
We're desperate. I say. Yeah, ask them for anything, but like you say, we've got to find out what those trumpets sound like.
Yeah. Well, no, I might well buy a pair anyway. Just Stephen Fry's thing. Quite interesting. It is very genuine. He says, look, I've got no shares in this company. They obviously sent him a pair.
Yes.
Try. And he said they are remarkable.
Yeah.
Must be fun being that, isn't it? Where you got such a presence that you can just get anything.
Oh, bit like us.
Well, yes.
Now we're
on Apple.
now we're on Apple. Right, I've emailed you a link to the Apple podcast. Oh, actually, I should have sent you a link.
What style? Hello, and do I be sort of like, look, I know this is asking a lot, or do I just go in the sort of, we would like?
Yes.
I'm thinking more human, you see. If we're a bit more honest and just say, small show.
Honesty is the policy. Yeah. We're fascinated by your...
Oh, I like that. Fascinated by your ear shoes.
And would love to review them on our podcast.
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Fine to send us a sequel ones. However,
I mean, look at us. Could there be two people who are
influences.
more in their target demographic than us?
Exactly.
Old,
Pardon? What?
disposable income. I
Yeah.
mean, gullible.
You see, we can say, if only we could hear an H2.
Oh, indeed. If only.
Because our fans often ask us for recommendations, and we can't hear them.
No.
What? No. What could you advise? I will go. We can hear you very clearly because
We are wearing
titanium precision nails.
There was a set of what are they called? I want to put them in the show notes here. What's the name of the
Flare Audio, FLARE.
Yeah.
Ear HD.
So they don't call them ear trumpets.
No.
And neither should you when you're writing to them.
No. That'd be great. You're gonna pay your ear trumpets, mate.
Yeah, there was amazing before AirPods came out. This company before AirPods, the Apple AirPods, the wireless earbuds came out. There was a company that came out with things that you put in your ear, and they made everything sound better. Right. You had a little app, and you could deaden the sound. You could reduce the outside noise. You could enhance it. You could put reverb on it. You could do all these different things. Yeah, they were amazing. I didn't buy any because immediately it was like, well, can I play my music through them? And they were like, no, we haven't got that bit yet, but we're working on it. And they worked on it. And then about a year later, they were like, yes, we've done it. We've cracked it. You can play your music through them from your iPhone now. These things. Then I was like, brilliant. Can you buy them in the UK? And they're like, fuck. Right, hang on. Right, 6 months later, they were like, right, okay, Dad, we've done it. We've got a distributor. We're in the UK. We're shipping them. What do you think? Right, and literally that week, Apple came out with the AirPods, and it was like, oh,
I don't want yours now.
I'm so sorry, because they were like they were quite, they were like 10p pieces.
Yeah. Do you like my new own?
I don't know whether you've noticed, but
I have these rather nice, and the other people got their sleek little white. What do you mean these? Oh,
you're wearing something, are you? I can't see them. Yeah, they shut down. Unfortunately, they closed down fairly soon after that. Sad. It was the end of an era. But there we go. Let's hope that doesn't happen to Flare Audio.
No, Flare Audio are riding high. They're doing well.
Really well.
Mm. Yeah.
So, we're fascinated by your product. Yeah. Obviously, Stephen Fry has given you the recommendation.
However, you haven't got ours yet. And I'll tell you what.
You're going to have to work a bit. You're going to have to work a bit for it. Yeah.
I'm going to go very slightly up.
Maybe. Right. Great. Good stuff.
So you got Taylor Swift, Bob Dylan, and God, this is going places.
Yeah, fantastic. And I haven't even got onto it. I had a nice synthesizer to show you, but I'll save that till next week.
Next week, yeah.
Next week. It's too much to fit in to one
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Lovely, Phil.
Yeah, that's great. Good stuff.
Thank you very much for talking.
I will email them tomorrow.
Great.
CC you in.
Or keep it as a surprise.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And then I can anticipate.
Oh, you'll come on, I'll be like, hello.
I might try making some. They don't look that tricky.
Paper ones, silver foil.
Yeah.
And then we can experiment, we can try the different.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? I think we're on something here.
I mean, they're giving away the basic shape on their website. You know, I can see pretty
how
much.
hard can it be?
Exactly.
We haven't got a precision milling machine, but apart from that, we got fingers.
It looks like a bit of Dairy Lee.
Yeah.
With a AirPod stuck in it. So
Yeah.
I should think that's probably
three Dairy Lees like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Together with a little AirPod on it.
AirPod stuck on it.
Yeah.
Or a doorstop.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. Right, Phil. Have a lovely week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and well done on your keeping your creativity going.
I'll be putting something up soon. I'm going to be starting to mix.
Can't wait.
Clean the studio and get everything packed away.
Yes.
Ready for the
mix.
Yes.
The mix down.
I'm not going to spend too long either. Quick mixing.
No. Quick mixing. Yeah, that's it. Lovely.
All right.
Yeah, take care, Phil.
You too. See you next week. Bye.